Okay, so Cavs played their last regular season scheduled summer league game. Oh, they played the last one tonight. I haven't seen much of the action. I don't know if you guys have.
I watched them. The one I saw their first game.
Okay, right. You were there.
I was there for the first game,
and I know Proctor struggled in that game, right?
He was okay.
Yeah.
Naquan Tomlin actually looked really good.
Somebody else was mentioning that.
Yeah,
I can't remember who.
He's on a two-way this year.
How old the guy is he?
Oh, I'd have to look. He's young, like young enough.
Oh yeah, we had Spencer Davies on. That's right. I was asking him if he thought, and I'll ask you this: do you think Jalen Tyson is going to be like a regular member of the rotation this year?
He's going to have an opportunity, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
To play real minutes.
Yeah, I think he will. I mean,
what do you think about him? I thought I was intrigued by him as a rookie.
Yes.
Right? Like I'm not sure, but he was intriguing.
Some guys, when you're surrounded by so much talent around you, which he was, like if you find your little niche, you can really compete and contribute. Mm-hmm. And he's going to get opportunities. Like there's opportunities in this rotation now.
Yeah.
Craig Porter's another one who like this is it. It's now or never.
Yeah.
And Porter's a little bit older now, and the opportunity's right in front of him.
Yeah.
So one of these guys is going to emerge and play significant minutes for them this year. And I mean, I would probably put my money on Jalen Tyson. I don't think it's going to be Proctor, at least not right away. Mm-hmm. Tyson had to sit and wait last year. I think Proctor's going to have to sit and wait this year. But, you know, Tomlin is on a two-way right now. They've got one open roster spot left. They may come to a point where they might convert him. I don't know. But certainly, I mean, the beauty, I mentioned this, I think, yesterday. In Summer League, you can't foul out. You can commit 17. You could shoot a man in the face, and they will not take you out of the game. You just ball in. Sub them out and put somebody else in. So, and there was a ton of fouls in the game that I saw. And Tyson had the opportunity for a last-second shot and missed it to lose to Indiana.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter other than it's a pressure moment there.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to see more of Tyson this year in a larger role. Somebody has to replace Ty Jerome at that spot in the rotation, and my early money would be on Tyson being the guy.
Earl, did you watch?
I watched like one or two games. I feel the same way as you. First of all, I didn't expect Tyson to play as many games as he played. Going into this, I had heard that he was only going to play like one game, but you know, just seeing him get his opportunities, I'm with Jason. I think that of all the young guys, he's going to be first up to get some significant minutes to play. I can go back last year when he got his first start, and Kenny told us after the game how DeMarre Carroll came to him and said, you know what, I think you should give it to him. And I think he earned some trust that night. You know, Kenny talked a lot about when you see him on the court with certain guys, he looks like a legit pro player. It's on the coaching staff to just make sure that he's put in the right positions and situations to be able to contribute to this team. But, you know, I've been on this kick of, one, I think he's a lot better than what I thought he would be coming out of college. You can tell the parts of his game that he worked on. And you get another guy that's a college veteran now going into his second year in the NBA, how the NBA is structured with the CBA and things like that. You need young guys who got some experience that can hit the ground running and be contributors within 1 or 2 seasons. And so he fits that mold. And I think he's going to get opportunities to show it, and I think he'll do well.
Jason, is this the roster? I mean, are they done making changes?
I think so, yeah.
So you don't think there's any chance Jared's getting traded at this point?
No. I think the window for that's probably closed. I think that they explored a lot of things this summer, and this is it. They got the most expensive roster in the league.
Yeah.
And now we'll see. That doesn't always convert to championships.
And we'll see what happens, as you say. The one thing I'll say is I keep hearing this comparison to Boston. You've heard the Cavs bring up a lot of times, and Austin Carr did it again on Monday when we were at his golf outing. So it took the Celtics 7 years, right? But the Celtics were constantly changing the tier 2 players on their team.
I wouldn't say constantly. I wouldn't say.
Okay, maybe constantly is too strong.
They made a couple significant ones.
And the Cavs have only changed the tier 3 and below players.
But I also think the league is different now, so it's a lot harder to make those changes than what it was. I know it's not that long ago, but the league is drastically different. Like, I think people are catching up to that fact.
Right.
So it's not as easy to trade out
Yeah.
Jared,
yeah.
I think, could be a tier 2 player, right?
Yeah, right, that's what I'm saying.
We call him the core 4, but
Yeah.
Jared is below the others.
Right, yeah.
But you can't trade him. I mean, they're a second apron team right now, so
Right.
it's really difficult to
Yeah.
trade a $20 million player unless you get a $20 million player back, which those guys exist. But it just complicates the rules on what's feasible and what's not, and what's possible and what's not.
Right. But the change, even though it's harder to do, I get it.
Yeah.
But ultimately, we can't make it seem like it was the same Celtics team for 7 years. They changed some key players by the end.
That's fair.
That made a difference.
The pillars were Tatum and Brown.
Right.
Those were the guys that were the structure of the franchise.
Right. Just like here, the pillars are Donovan and Evan. To me, Darius is. I know he's better than Jared Allen overall.
But he would be third.
But he'd be
He's
in that
third.
next group with Jared Allen.
Yeah.
And then it's everybody else.
I put Jarrett fourth. I put two. Those two were at the top.
Right.
And then is Darius with 3, and I put Jarrett 4.
Yeah. So really, if they feel like they can't make any changes to the top 4, then to me, their only hope of winning a championship is that Evan Mobley takes this step to being this another level offensively, more aggressive, completely takes over and becomes, at the very least, 1B to Donovan's 1A, if not better. That, to me, is their only path to a championship,
and
right?
I think Evan has to be 1A. It's not 1B.
Okay.
I think it has to be Evan is 1A and Donovan is 1B, and that's a drastic switch
Big time,
from what it has been. But if they're going to win a championship, to me, that's their best path to do it.
Yeah. I think it's their only path.
Is it a realistic expectation for Evan Mobley to go from 18.5 points a game to about 24?
I don't think that's outrageous. Like 22.5, 23. I mean, you're splitting hairs once you get to that point. No, I don't think that's outrageous at all. I think that's what's necessary.
What's needed.
If they're going to compete for a champ, if they're going to win, not compete, they are going to compete for a championship.
Sure.
If they're going to win a championship, that's what it's going to take.
Yeah.
The Lonzo Ball thing was interesting to me. They've been trying to move off Okoro. They've been trying to get off that contract entirely, and there just wasn't a market for it. So the Ball thing was curious. It sort of fascinated me a little bit. It's $10 million. If he's healthy, he can help them.
Sure.
If he's not healthy, it's easier to move off of that money than it would have been Okoro's.
Right.
And I didn't realize how difficult it still is for them to get out of the second apron. I thought, they're a second apron team this year.
Right.
But the Lonzo piece will make it easier after the season, after this coming season, if they want to get out of the second apron. They can.
As opposed to Okoro, because Okoro had one more year on top
Okoro had
of that?
another guaranteed year on top of it.
Okay.
So Lonzo's a team option. They can just decline the team option.
Right.
So after this coming season, if they want to get out of the second apron, there's maneuvers out there to make to get them out of the second apron. It would probably entail trading either Strus or DeAndre, something like that. But they can, if they want the flexibility, if they go through it as a second apron team for 1 year and they decide, nope, we don't like this.
Right, yeah.
I think they're pretty much locked into being a second apron team for this year. But if because there was a point where I thought maybe they could pivot at the trade deadline if Lonzo gets hurt again. They can get off. They can trade him, get off that money. It's easy on an expiring deal. It's a little bit easier to get off that money. But I think they're locked into being a second apron team. But again, if they get out of it, then next summer maybe they would get their mid-level exception back where they could go out and sign somebody from LA. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Jason Lloyd. Jason Lloyd.
Confirmed.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I'm kidding. But there's options for them. But for right now, I think this is who they are.
I think what's going to be interesting is, let's say that as an entire organization, they decide, okay, we got to push Evan Mobley to the front of the line. Mm-hmm. And that's the plan going into training camp, and that's the plan at the start of the season.
That is the plan.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
But in the beginning of the season, you won't have Darius, right?
No.
So he's not going to be used to that by the time he comes back. So you're going to kind of have to learn it again when he returns.
Well, the beauty,
I think it's going to be a lot easier when it's just Donovan, essentially.
Yeah, and you're putting the onus of that on Darius, that you have to play differently.
Right. And Evan, ultimately, he's got to be more aggressive on his own.
Yes.
But guys got to get him the ball.
And the Cavs have felt for years that Darius is comfortable in an off-ball role. He doesn't have to have the ball in his hands. That was part of the reason they liked having two creators. That's part of the reason they paired Colin with him, and then Donovan, of course. Right. Because Darius is very comfortable moving without the ball, creating space, finding spots on the floor. So this is on Darius to sort of buy into this once he's healthy and once he comes back. And, the hope would be that They're rolling. They're playing well. Evan's comfortable in this role.
Yeah.
Playing more freely with the ball in his hands, and Donovan will be. I believe Donovan will be seeking him out. I haven't talked to Donovan, but just knowing how Donovan thinks and operates from talking to him last year.
Yeah. His public comments that he said.
Podcast.
Yeah. He knows. He's a smart guy. He understands
He
what it's
knows.
going to take to win.
And I've said this before. This is not a shot at Donovan when I
it's
say.
a compliment, I think.
Well, when I say, like, you know how far
Yeah.
a Donovan Mitchell-led team can get you.
Yeah.
How much more evidence do we, like,
But I think he knows that. I mean,
he does.
He knows that.
He's real enough and honest enough and authentic enough to realize
And
it.
and what like I think we should appreciate having a leader like that can recognize that and say, you know what, let me make the proper adjustments to put myself, this team, this city in the best situation to have the most success possible.
That's right.
Like Donovan told you without telling you, Kobe told you without telling you, hell, Kenny Atkinson told you without telling you. Evan Mobley has to be the best player on this team this year. You know, they said it in their own way without it, like just saying it. You know, as I'm hearing this conversation, I don't think it's more so on Darius to come back to try to fit into what's going on versus Evan trying to maintain that level when he comes back. Because if you look at the moves that's being made, the point guards that's going to be available at the beginning of the season are guys that's facilitators first, right? Guys that is going to put Evan Mobley in position to get that usage rate up. And so if these are guys that's pass first guys and guys that want to get other guys involved, then it'd be interesting to see how Darius Garland comes in, especially if Evan is like hot, rolling, and he's like up there as an MVP candidate earlier in the season. It's going to be up to Darius Garland to come in and keep that train moving.
It's going to be fascinating because first it's going to be new in the beginning of the year. Then it's going to be another adjustment when Darius comes back. And then it's another adjustment for the playoffs because Donovan is used to, I got to take over, it's playoff time.
Yeah.
And he's going to have to adjust his game for the playoffs, no matter what the regular season looks like, and he knows that. So it's going to be fascinating to see, I think.
I think that's going to be
talking myself into watching the
I was just about to say.
I knew that was going to happen.
We found a way to get ourselves interested in the regular season again. I can remember last year me feeling like, well, the Cavs regular season is going to be interesting. You got a new coach, new system.
Yeah.
So all season is going to be about figuring out how to play in this system by the time you get to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Luckily for us, they hit the ground running. They figured out what Kenny wanted to do right away. Phenomenal season. It was a letdown in the playoffs to where we all said, you know what, whatever they do in the regular season don't matter. But here we are because so much has changed from then to now to where now, everybody's interested to see, will Evan Mobley take that next step? Will Lonzo Ball be healthy? Will Larry Nance be healthy? Because Larry Nance was growing into other parts of his game that, you know, didn't really always depend on the athleticism. And so here we are again, kind of intrigued and interested in to see what the Cavs regular season will be like.
Last thing before we move on, Jason, I'm curious. If Lonzo Ball is obviously a huge if he is healthy come playoff time, we know he's a great passer. We know he can play defense. Is he a liability on offense to the point where they will play off of him?
No, I don't think so. He's not Okoro.
Okay.
I don't think he's no, he can
he'll keep teams honest.
Yeah. He can create
good
enough to where Okoro was just unplayable in a postseason series. That
completely. So was Dean Wade.
Yeah, I know, and it's really disappointing.
Yeah.
But Lonzo can help this team with him. It's all about April, May, and June, and not overextending him during the regular season. The knees are always going to be an issue for him throughout his career, for however much longer he plays. But if they can have him healthy, he can absolutely help this team, I believe, in the playoffs.
All right, Anthony, what do you got?